so I also do a lot of trauma therapy with people, and whether they're actual couples or whether they're individuals, it really doesn't matter. So I get a lot of traumatized clients, which is great because I love them, because there are enormously fast ways to de-traumatize and desensitize people that people really don't use. And so I use EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, which simply means that trauma floods your nervous system all the time. You know, and trauma can be anything. Hell, for some people it can be a hangnail, and that's fine. Or some people it could be rape, and that's fine too. It doesn't matter what the trauma is. What matters is that your nervous system dealt with it in a way that flooded you. And when it floods you, it puts factual information on one side of your brain, it puts emotional information on the other side of your brain, and the brain's connected by something almost the size of a dime. And if we think that there's going to be communication between those two halves of the brain, it's really not going to take place very readily. Even if I talk to you, I'm only going to get half your brain. I'm not going to get your whole brain. So EMDR is actually designed to get the entire brain involved around the event that traumatized you. And once that starts to happen, it's kind of like you've turned on hot and cold water and it drains down the drain. And it literally becomes a piece of factual history. You know, one time I had a woman in my office who was actually very, very anorexic, and she said she hadn't eaten, you know, she just couldn't stand food. And so we did a lot of EMDR around food and the inability to stand food. And one day she just jumped up off the couch and she said, I'm going to go buy a chicken and I'm cooking it and I'm eating it. And she literally called me at the end of the day and she said, I bought that chicken and I ate that chicken, and she said, and I don't even feel horrible about it anymore. And that's what you're after, is to desensitize whatever it is, whether it's the hatred of food or the fact that you're scared because somebody raped you or you had a car accident. And even today, actually, the United States equestrian team uses it positively to instill positive scenarios. They feel themselves on their horse making perfect routines. And so I get a lot of athletes in, like the wrestlers who want to, you know, defeat their nemesis, and so we go through the entire scene of how we're going to defeat this guy we've never been defeated before, and they picture it and they see it in their mind and they see their moves and they see themselves beat this guy, and they literally report lots and lots of times that that's exactly what happens. And so, you know, if you're afraid of a shot in golf, you can do it that way. Or if it doesn't matter what your fear is, really. It literally flattens your fear and restores your capacity to go out into life and live.
Are you able to project how many appointments it may take before someone feels that relief?
I would tell you this, if you have one incident, we could kill it in one session. But if it's a kind of chronic underlying, don't quite know what it is, like anxiety, it's very difficult to pinpoint the trigger of anxiety, so that takes longer. So chronic issues like that are amorphous, it's like, scratch your head, I couldn't predict that in a heartbeat. But if it's a single incident, I could say, honestly, 1 or 2 times would do it.